So I felt I owed an explanation to my audience and anybody else watching. I have been on a roller coaster lately, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong, but it all came down to one thing: anxiety, panic attacks, irritable bowel syndrome. Um, I couldn't eat because every time I would eat, I would get a panic attack. I would get lightheaded. I would freak out. I would panic. I couldn't sleep. I'd wake up having panic attacks, and it was bad. Bad. I'm just saying bad. It was bad. So it got so bad that like I said, I wasn't eating. I wasn't sleeping. I lost well over 10 pounds, which normally in a regular circumstance would be great. There is definitely something wrong with my stomach. I don't know what. I got to go to a GI doctor Thursday at about noon, and they're going to talk to me again, and then they're going to set up for the date in which I will go in and have them stick a camera down my throat to see what's going on. But I have not. I've always had general anxiety disorder, just scared and a bit panicky and whatnot. But it has gotten over the hill as of late. It has gotten out of hand, and I'm honestly, I'm starting to make a connection. I'm thinking it might be this brain health stuff. Like, okay, so on the one hand, this stuff helps me concentrate. Like, no one's business. It's making me to where I can concentrate. It's called brain health. It's the equate version of Neriva, and it says it's caffeine free. There's no caffeine or anything in it, but it's having like these effects on. I think this is having an effect on me that I don't like, and it's bad. And it does help me focus and whatnot, but this panic attacks I'm having, I think it's because of this. But the panic attacks were keeping me from eating, which and was also keeping me from sleeping. I was not relaxed. Irritable bowel stuff is major stuff, and I didn't realize it could cause so many issues. Even right now, as I sit here talking and recording this, even if, as I sit here, I'm having anxiety. I'm sitting here drinking a half and half of water and cranberry juice. I thin it out with water a bit. Cranberry juice has sugar. It has a weird aftertaste, but it also has sugar. So I've been drinking that. And drinking that, I'm noticing that it's making me want to freak out a bit. Uh, so all of this comes back to anxiety. My blood pressure would jot up. It would just shoot up whenever I had the panic attacks. That's why I would get lightheaded after eating and whatnot. And I do believe that I've been overeating, or I was overeating before I started undereating. It doesn't feel like there's a middle ground for me. So I was in and out of the emergency room. This last time they checked over everything. Everything's fine, they said. And it was my own deduction that it was anxiety. It was just something I was finally able to put into, you know, you know, it was something I was finally able to put my thought into, to put my processing power into, and go and just observe, look back and observe what I was doing and thinking to myself, okay, yeah, it's anxiety. It's very much anxiety. The anxiety was bad. So, I'm still having anxiety. And this is the anxiety got really bad after I ran out of sucralfate. Sucralfate was used to coat my stomach. I ran out of that. I'm not taking it anymore. The doctor didn't prescribe me any more of it. But because of that, it's like I feel the food when I eat goes in there, and I feel it even kind of go through my bowel, irritable bowel syndrome. And it does cause panic attacks. It causes anxiety. I'll be sleeping and it'll wake me up. And it's not the fear of anything, it's just the impending doom. And then it piles on to that. I didn't want to eat because I didn't want to feel the impending doom from eating something. And so it just kind of piled on to me one after other. It got to the point, since I wasn't eating and I wasn't sleeping, I was not able to think, and I was not able to. I didn't have energy. I couldn't hold myself up. It was almost impossible to hold myself up. I couldn't do it. I was weak. I was walking around with a cane. I was like a feeble old man. I was a mess. Uh, but yeah, after they fix, because they, when you eliminate everything that it isn't, whatever you're left with is the answer. All right. So we eliminated something wrong with my blood, something wrong with my, something wrong with me, like physically they could see with my heart or my kidneys or anything like that. They ran me through the big brown tube and checked me over and everything, and that's money that's expensive, going through that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna go to the ER unless I'm on my deathbed from now on. If it looks like I'm gonna actually be dying, then I'm not going back in there. But one thing they did find, and I didn't even know this, is I have a hernia. I was like, I've got a hernia? How the hell did I get a hernia? I assume from eating too much. So that's worrisome. Oh man, that definitely tells me I have to slow down on eating, which I have. I have slowed down tremendously. Like I can't eat unless I absolutely need to eat. And that worries me, having this right here. Like if I go to lean forward and it tightens up, I feel the balls right here where the hernia is. It's not, a hernia is where the flesh, or the flesh underneath your flesh starts to kind of tear apart and everything. Well, it hasn't torn apart, it's stretched. And because of that, I have that weird thing going on. And they're like, you have hernias. And I'm like, lovely. I don't want hernias. Eventually, that leads to surgery. So I have to walk more, basically. I need to exercise more. And I'm going to. I'm going to do more. I had already started doing more when I couldn't sleep and everything, and my anxiety was going through the roof. I took walks. I took long, sweaty walks, and it made me feel a bit better. I know the tingling in my hands and feet went away whenever I took a walk. So I just have to do more exercises. I have to do more of that kind of stuff. I am, though, genuinely worried about the hernias. I didn't know I had hernias. And the next time I see my actual doctor in Cleveland, I have to talk to him and tell him about them. I'm like, they found hernias. I didn't know I had hernias. I was like, oh, lovely. That's no, God no. So yeah, that's been my week or so. That's been what I've been going through, and it makes it awfully hard to want to sit down in front of the camera and do something. I feel a bit better today, and I mean, to be fair, we went up that way. I went and see my shrink today. I'm worried because I'm only in my 40s. I like being able to be aroused, and they're trying to put me on a medication that will hamper my libido, and I don't like that. I hate that. Why are there all these medications that hamper your libido? They're meant to help with one thing, but they cause all these other issues. But I'm supposed to start taking it tonight. Amitriptyline. Amitriptyline? Yes, amitriptyline. It's only 10 milligrams, so maybe it won't have too bad of an effect. We'll see. I don't know if I've ever taken it before. Very small dosage. That's what we're going with right now. They're trying to help me. I know they're trying to help me. They only gave me a 30-day supply because they want me back in a month. And I forgot to tell my brother about that. I got to go back on the 30th of next month, on a Thursday, thankfully, at 11:45. But yeah, so I'm on this, and I'm still taking the hydroxyzine, but I'm going to be honest, I feel like the hydroxyzine probably needs to be, the dosage needs raised to like 50 milligrams. I was taking 50 milligrams. It went down to 25 for a while because I was having reactions, and now I just want to go back on these. I want to go back up on that medication. because I don't know if I want to keep taking. I'm going to take it probably for the month that they want me to take it. I will take this for the month that they want me to take it. If I'm not happy, I'm not staying on it. Supposedly over time the sexual side effects go away. We'll see. But there's also other problems in there. And it is worrisome. It is very worrisome. But man, so that's been the whirlwind of everything going on with me. Um, and tomorrow when I get up, I have to go pay my taxes. I really wish I could cope with the anxiety without the need to um without the need to take this medication. I really do. Maybe I'm not going to be stuck on it. Maybe I'll be able to just slowly get off of it. I only take one every evening before bed, so maybe the worst side effects wear off the next day. We'll see. The doctor put me on it for the anxiety and also because of the irritable bowel. It's known to help with irritable bowel. It is a very low dose, so it's not being given to me for depression necessarily. And she knows how I am with medications, so that's why I'm on like the lowest dose they could give me. But anyhow, that's been everything. That's what's been going on with me, and I just yeah, I felt like you all deserve to know what was going on. I will be glad when stuff stops happening. I'll be glad when things stop going wrong because then that means I can get back to doing things I really enjoy, like doing this, like videos and whatnot. Oh God, I want to get me a green screen. I've got one on my wish list on Amazon on an Amazon wish list. I've got a green screen sitting there. I just haven't had the money, so it's sitting there. And whenever I get the money, I'm gonna buy it. I only need one. I'm only getting one that's like wide enough to sit behind me and block off this side and this side over here. And if I have to, I'll just bring in from the side a bit, and because you really only need to see this part of me, and then everything else will be filled with whatever I decide to put green screen in. So that'll be good. But yeah, so uh, I just want to be better. I want to feel better, you know. But that's it. That's all there is for me. Uh, I will see you all in another video. Rate, comment, subscribe, yada yada yada, all that mess. Oof. Oh, have a good one.